Hello, everyone. My name is Kelsey. I'm an actor and voice actor living in Chicago, and today, on Chicago, I will be reacting to I Built a Theme Park of Total Dinosaur Mayhem in Parkasaurus by the one and only Let's Game It Out. Love a good sim game. Love dinosaurs. When I was little, I used to play the Zoo Tycoon expansion that had dinosaurs, and it was really good. It was really good. And I loved also causing chaos. Like, I would make like a giant exhibit that was like just all of the dinosaurs and like have like really well designed for like a 9-year-old or whatever. And I would have the exhibit go around the sidewalk. So it's like an immersion thing. Like, you know, when you go in these aquariums with like the tunnels. But then I would delete all the fences and fence everybody in, and they would all just have to like run in the wilderness from the dinosaurs. It's great. So I'm excited to see what chaos ensues. But first, if you're here, maybe you're here for the first time. Amazing. Glad to have you. Maybe you're here for the second, third, fourth, fifth time. Equally amazing. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I highly recommend doing so. Go ahead and do that if you want. We'd love to have you. Dinosaur Havoc, let's go.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out.
Hey.
We're checking out Parkasaurus today, because if there's two things I love, it's parks and dinosaurs. Especially when they've got big, derpy, googly eyes.
Oh,
also,
that's so good.
Thank you for a key. I'm sorry in advance. Also, this video is sponsored by Genshin Impact. Linky in the description.
Nice.
But more on that in like a minute. Okay, name
Great
your
sponsor.
park. Disastersaurus. Yeehaw. Okay, so here's the beginning of our beautiful park. It's got bumps, it's got trees, it's got grass, and most importantly, it's got lots of room to grow. Oh, and would you look at this? Our ticket booth comes with a person. I think she's gonna be the perfect employee. Do you know how I know? She never seems to leave her post, but most
She's literally just Bryce Dallas Howard's character in Jurassic World.
importantly has a nice 500-yard stare. You are definitely a grace. So I don't know if you've seen me play Park Sims before, but I kind of have a standard operating procedure here, which is before we turn this into a dinosaur wonderland, we need to wow the people with a stellar entrance. We got the normal stuff like paths and stuff like fences and doors. We also have buildings, which holds a lot more secrets than you'd think. Because sure, we've got stuff like concession stands and glorious decorations like plants, prison cinder blocks, mailboxes, traffic cones, and whatever the hell this is. Oh god, and my personal favorite, beautiful stairways, ramps, and bridges. Well, I think I know what I'm starting with. Wait, it can go past the barrier? Oh my god, what? Why is this a thing?
Oh, I love that that's allowed.
You know, why question it? Yep, that's the face of someone that doesn't care. Strangely enough, if we allow people into the park, oh god! Unfortunately, it doesn't stop people from paying and walking into the park. And we can't have that, there's nothing to see yet. What about if we move it right there in front of the entryway? Let's see how the adoring public deals with this.
Probably have to. Oh, there we go.
They pay and then don't have any idea what to do. They're like, I could do
checking
that
his watch.
not that far. And then they try the next best thing, which is walking up on the fence itself. You've got all these magical powers, but you still can't figure out how to get in, huh? Either way, this seems really promising. We don't even have a working park yet, and we already have people paying.
It's an activity for them to do before the park opens.
Hey, you know what else is great?
Hide them over.
Sponsor, and that's Genshin Impact.
Neat.
Genshin Impact is an
cool
open
game to be
world
sponsored
action
by. That's
RPG
cool.
available now on PC, Android, iOS, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. You start out in the wild world of Tevat, where you get to horse around with 7 different types of elemental powers. You can also explore the recently released Inazuma map, where you can experience a whole heap of new quests, stories, puzzles, and so much more. There's also a 4-player co-op mode. All you gotta do is reach adventure rank level 16 to unlock, and you can force your friends to go on adventures with you, like exploring the vast world and pillaging dungeons. It's also cross-platform multiplayer against mobile, PC, and PlayStation, so your friends have absolutely no excuse. There's a bunch of new stuff rolling out all the time, and for that I want to highlight a new character. This is Yoimiya, a talented pyrotechnician and the current owner of something called the Naganohara Fireworks. She's also known as the Queen of the Summer Festival, and excels in creating fireworks that symbolize people's hopes and dreams. Now that is some lore. Beyond that, you can look forward to even more characters coming out in the future. Hey, speaking of lore, did I mention there's a fun storyline going on all the time in this game? We got conflicts,
so many
we got bad
storylines.
guys, we got new areas to explore, like Watatsumi Island. There's also plenty of events to go around that give you a chance to claim abundant rewards, as well as battle new monsters, kind of like this thing here called the Ruined Sentinel. I just like it because it's all cubic and stuff. So if you like what you see and you want to learn more, there's a linky in the description, and you can fire up the game right now. So thanks again to Genshin Impact for sponsoring. Let's go see how our Stairway is doing.
I know this video is not about Genshin Impact. I have not played it. I've just heard glowing reviews, and I know a few people who have voiced in it, which is really neat. Waiting on my audition. At folks who cast for Genshin Impact, please, I also want to be part of it. But yeah. Cool. Again, I don't know how you get sponsored by Genshin Impact, but like, that's cool. For him.
Yep, still here.
Back to the stairs!
Excelente. Unfortunately, in its current state, we can't do much with that stairway, because we're kind of riding that line of where we can build. And I'm pretty sure these bunch of quitters
I love that guy with the mustache.
To hop back down.
Just checking
well,
his
if
watch.
I can't connect structures, what about terrain? Like this raising terrain tool. Okay, let's see
how
about
much can we do?
Oh, can't say I was expecting that, but I like what I see. Nice to see
Just
people
rock.
are still paying to get into the park, but now they fully can't get inside. They're also
donating.
can't leave. I bet that stairway's looking a little more enticing, isn't it? Yes, yes. Oh, they can just like transport out of here when they want to leave. Bunch of cheaters. Yes, that's what I like to see. When you want to buy your ticket, get upsettingly close to the employee. Yes,
Hello.
and then wait in
I would like
line
to
at
enter
the
the
very
park.
edge of the boulder. And wait there literally all night. Well, now we gotta ask ourselves the question, don't we? They've given us such lovely terrain tools. Is there a limit to how high this can go? Oh god, do you see the shadow back there? Oh boy. So far so good. Like seriously, why can you build this high? What good can this possibly do? But enough talk. Have at thee. I'm gonna go ahead and say the answer is no. Like some of these go so high that if you look at them from the wrong angles, they just disappear. At this point, I'm more or less convinced it'll go as high as you want these little columns to go. Like this wall
The
is
frame
so
rate is
high
not
that if we
dropping
go
at all.
around to the other side, the wall part casts a shadow that goes all the way to
the
edge
end of the
park.
earth.
But you know, people are still lining up, and thankfully the rock face is swallowing up Grace. Not that she seems to mind. Well, that's all fun and games, but if they can't actually
Bryce
get into
Dallas
the park,
Howard,
we should
no.
probably fix this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and flatten the terrain and lower it back down. Okay, just gotta get through all the layers. You know, I couldn't help but notice though, there's one piece I still couldn't remove. Wait, why can't I flatten this part? Why is this a thing?
Maybe
And look
because
at
the
these
stairs are
citizens
still
trying to
there.
find their own way in. I don't know what's worse, when people are all in her business or literally using her booth as a thoroughfare. Well, let's see if we can fix this.
She has no
Water
personal
tool,
space.
Deep water tool,
Deep
smart water tool.
What's smart
pour
water?
onto
Like
the, ground.
the drink?
Well, this is not what I expected this tool to look like. Let's see what it does. Oh, well,
okay.
That's cool. Yes, they seem very happy when they find themselves suddenly completely submerged in liquid. Yeah, honey, you wait here. I'll go get the tickets. And if you take a gander, it looks like that water level is slowly rising. Oh, what I wouldn't give for this level of apathy. I guess I can kind of see why you'd want to see this now. I mean, nothing
Ooh, it
about
looks
what we're
cool
looking
with
at
all the
makes
different
sense.
levels
There's
of
water
ground.
literally going up the
That's
rock
neat
thing,
looking.
and the water is impossibly above the wall line. Like, this shouldn't even be physically possible. So I'm still adding water, and you can see it slowly extending over the entire park.
That looks
Oh, God,
really
I'm
neat.
so curious now. How high can the water line actually go? Hold,
Flood the
please.
earth. 3 hours. Is it up to
This
the...
continues to be ever so promising. There's our physics-defying water line. I've been holding down the flood button so long that it's autumn now. And boy, do those
It's
fall
autumn.
leaves really pop, you know, from under the impossible water. That said, as amusing as this is, I gotta let go of the button at some point. Because, I mean, it needs to drain eventually, right? Right?
It's just not gonna drain.
Okay, so it doesn't appear to be draining. I've been sitting here waiting for the water line to go down, and it's...
I am glad that this game is chaotic enough that the park guests do not drown. Like, they were like, we're not gonna... They're stuck underwater, they're not gonna drown. We'll just see what we can do about it. They're just continuing to walk. I think that's funny. Maybe there should be an option for them to drown. Not that I want people to drown, but like, it makes the game more interesting. And like, you have to deal with like the controversy of, oh no, someone drowned in your park approval is down. But also it's fun to see people just standing under the water like nothing's happening.
It's really
Both are
not.
good.
Even reloading the game doesn't appear to have done anything. Oh, but you know what it
Gotta
did
make a new
do?
park.
Would you look at that? The way is clear again. I mean, of the mountain.
Erosion.
Not so much the part where everything's submerged.
He caused
So I guess we
erosion
have
to
no choice
happen.
but to continue adding water. Bye-bye, trees. Bye-bye.
20 hours.
Okay, let me tell you what I've learned. I am now convinced that there is indeed not a limit. Which honestly,
Doesn't
besides the
seem
part
like
where
it.
the water line is just looming overhead at all times, it doesn't really seem to make a big difference to everyday operations. You can't
That's
even
wild.
really see it up there. I mean, I know it's there because when I want to do some building, there's a big old ocean in the way. But hey, that's what the free cam is for, so that we can just wander below that line and bask in everything under the sea. So I guess
That's
let's
wild.
just keep going as normal, right? What do you say, Grace? Yep, she agrees. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh, right. Building a dinosaur park. Let's start by getting
Right.
those stairs out of the way. Ah, glad to see everyone's coping with that just fine. Well, now that I removed the stairs, why is everyone stopping here? Oh,
There's a
I didn't
pit.
even realize there was a pit here. And that's just way too much coping. Asking them to figure out how to connect this path over to that path over there. What if I sweeten the deal? Like, what if I put fresh squeezed orange juice on the other side? Mmm, sounds delightful.
She's
And that
T-posing.
silhouette doesn't feel like a nightmare at all.
No.
Ta-da! Oh, hello, Grace, again. How are you doing?
She's the only worker.
Okay. Really? This still
She's
isn't
always
enough?
been
Well, I
here.
guess that's literally what these bridges are for. So I guess let's just put it right there.
Oh,
Who
neat.
cares if it's right through Grace's torso?
She doesn't
there
care.
You go. Ah, and it's time for transactions, I see. Or to do a quick draw. You know what my favorite part about this is, though, is the amount of trash that's around now.
The trash
This
is as
thing's been
big as
open in like
them.
2 seconds. How did you all make such a big mess? And
'Cause
by
you don't have
that,
trash
I mean, I'm
cans.
so proud of you. I'm also glad to see that this disaster has made you all happy. I mean, if we're gonna call this face happy, you know, when you're smiling maniacally, holding back the tears. Excuse me, did I just see you pick up trash? I am not happy about this. And I don't know if you know this, but the game also has a first-person mode. And not only does it have a first-person mode, you see that down there? That's my tranquilizer
Oh.
gun. Obviously, you're supposed to use this on dinosaurs, right? But
Oh,
surely
okay.
it'll
I was
work on
like-
people, right? Hey, lady, think fast. Oh my god, that worked splendidly.
T-posing into
Just in case
oblivion.
that was a fluke, let's try again. T-pose this. Okay, works great. You can get up now.
Her legs are jelly.
Oh, okay, they just descend to a better place. Got you. Well, let us commence.
So it's just a regular
Jesus,
gun.
that nighttime comes on fast. Just
Yeah,
like
no
all this
sunset.
Tranquilizing. Hey, you, stop that.
Sky
No
looks cool,
warlocks in
though.
my park. Looks like we have some early go-getters. Hey, go back to your car. Oh my god, I can just shoot people from the parking lot? And you know, I couldn't help but notice. Sure, they evaporate, but their car stays there, which is different than if people actually leave the park as normal and then drive
It's like you guys remember those Left Behind movies?
away. So wait, are you telling me what I think you're telling me? If I go ahead and just T-pose these people to death so that they never
Oh,
go back to
no.
their cars, are you telling me that we can have a full parking lot of just empty cars?
Will people be able?
And also, did you just run over those
Will people be able to
I would've
come
done this
in
anyway, but you
afterwards if parking
monsters,
lot's
if
full?
this doesn't say legitimate business, I don't know what does. It's a shame. There's a boundary line
It's like a
right
scarecrow
here. I
now.
would love to just go be a maniac in the parking lot, but this is almost better. Can you imagine? You're out on date night, and the owner's standing there waiting for you to show up and then just tranquilizes you both. So it looks like when the day resets, everybody automatically goes home. Which
Okay.
means in order to get a full parking lot of empty cars, we gotta make sure it happens in one day. For that, we're gonna
That's
need
a tall
lot
order.
more people to come into the park, and we're gonna need them to be happy. And how do we keep them happy? We got a bunch of different things. We got fun by viewing dinosaurs, decoration by making the place pretty, hunger by eating, and who cares about this one? Let's start with food
Situation
needs.
get
Since
real
I'm gonna
bad,
say we
it
already
says.
understand that one well.
bad.
Yes, that's what we'll call this masterclass in customer service. Okay, so at present time, we have about 20 people in the park. Obviously, we
Cute.
can do better. Let's go ahead and add a whole row of orange
You
carts.
can only have oranges
I like
and
that some
orange
of these
juice.
people buy orange juice and then more orange juice before rounding out the day with a little orange juice. I do not envy
Square
that
meals.
drive home. Yeah, that's how I'd feel too. You're
All
gonna
the
have to
orange
piss like
juice.
1,000 times on the drive home. Thanks for your patronage. Well, it looks like despite all the plentiful options, we're not bringing in more customers. I better add more juice
Dinosaurs.
stands. Oh, you know what I just realized? When you put down a stand, it puts down a little path too, and it's plenty for them to walk on. Well, no need to give them all these extra tiles. They can just go ahead and make do with the bare minimum. And this also means that if people want to go anywhere, they have to use the paths created by all this commerce. Army of Grace is reporting for duty. And thank God we have so many buildings to choose from. Okay, I added
Yeah,
a
what have
couple
we
of
got?
things to the orange juice stand.
A weird
Say hello
balloon.
to my mini city. We've got food, we've got more food, and even
Lots
more
of food.
not
With
to mention
torches.
food, all run by our adoring clones. Oh, and we also have this thing where you know you
Aw,
can get your picture taken
cute.
and pretend your head is popping out of
Bryce
a
Dallas
dinosaur's
Howard
brain
is really
space.
just-
I mean, in theory, I think that's what's happening. running. I prefer to call this
Spreading
whole
herself too
exchange
thin
ode
here,
to
I think.
phoning it in. First, we have Grace, who creepily doesn't even look at the pictures she's taking.
She's so good
Staring
at it. She's
completely away
practiced.
from
She
the
doesn't
client.
need to
The
look.
person getting their picture taken isn't doing much better, though. They're not even trying to use the cutout. I think instead they're using this time to stare into the void and contemplate existence. And then once their photo op is done, time to go back to the real world to mechanically go through the motions. Truly an experience that'll last a lifetime. I also don't know
Fingers
what to think about
coming
the fact
through.
that after they're done, they do this.
What is
What the hell
that?
was that? What are you doing? Anyway, having all this crap available now seems to be helping out a little bit. We have 24 people in the park. Now
I think they
25.
just realized how stupid they look and they're like, I made a fool of myself. Oh, well, time to buy French fries. I think that's what's going on. But their expressions are very unreal. So
which
who knows?
Is, you know, something. Looks like it's time to move on to the next step. No, not dinosaurs. Scenery.
Not yet.
Let's see, what kind of trees do we want to plant? I mean, I think obviously
Christmas
we're gonna
tree,
have to plant this thing, right?
Christmas
Who doesn't
tree.
want a rainbow
Look at
sherbet
that
tree?
Christmas tree.
Oh God! Why do you
Oh,
rise
it's not a
up
Christmas
like
tree,
that?
it's
You
just
know, I
that.
don't care. Let's just put you literally everywhere.
Alright.
Ah, yes, into the wall. That's what I want. Give it that real exclusive walled-off garden feel. Okay, we've done it. We've bordered the whole
Beautiful.
property in trees. Go forth, visual splendor, and capture me some patrons. Don't forget to let every tree hit you in the face on your way into the park. My God, just look at this. My cup runneth over with patrons. Also
Beautiful.
known as nobody cares about trees. Oh, you know what? I think I know what the problem is. I was getting scenery confused with decorations. Oh, silly me. I should have known better. Nobody cares about nature. Not when we can decorate with these boxed wildflowers or this hazard cone. Ooh, or a campfire.
Cute.
Trees out of the way. There's a new sheriff in
Fire.
town.
Only
Yeehaw.
fire.
Yes, much better. Nothing quite gets
Come
the
to
blood
my
pumping like
bar.
having to navigate your way through
It's
a bunch of unattended
full of
open
flames.
fires.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm gonna make sure to give the people what they want. Haphazard piles of bricks, so it doesn't even look
Cool.
like the park is complete.
No.
How about some prison cinder blocks? Well, it seems like we're going in a healthy, positive direction. Number of patrons coming into the park is getting higher and higher.
It is
and
inviting
now
on
that
a
things
rainy
seem
day.
Absolutely positive.
The
I
nice
guess it's
warm
time to
glow
add
of the
that thing that
bonfire.
people came to the dinosaur park for.
We doing it?
Okay, so for this to work, we need to create an exhibit. We're gonna put the first one right here, because what could possibly go wrong with that? To do this, we gotta pick up a fence, all of which are clearly dinosaur ready, like this white
That's
picket
very
fence.
dinosaur
Ooh,
ready.
Look at this. Plexiglass electric fence. The perfect material for when you're building underwater. We're gonna split the difference and go with this fence, the wire fence. High strength and
Classic
low
Jurassic
privacy.
Park
Now you're
fence.
speaking my language. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and there we go. Ta-da! We did
Waiting
it.
for the
Couldn't have
tiny
done it without
boy
you,
child to get
Graces.
electrocuted on
Now
it and
let's
fall
fill this
off.
thing with some dinosaurs. To do that, we need to go up to the town, which looks kind of like if Derpy Dinosaur Clip Art got together and founded a town with a fever dream. We don't need all this stuff like vegetables
Eggs.
and meat, but we are gonna need beautiful dinosaur eggs. We're in sandbox mode, so we can just pick anything we want. You know, like
What's Minnie?
Triceratops
That's a cute
or
name.
Parkasaurus. Everybody after they've eaten Taco Bell, the Animatrix. Let's start with this one.
Animorphs, I love them.
Warehouseosaurus. We just hit create, and that chicken gives us a Yoshi egg. In fact, you know what? Give me a couple of extras for the road. It's fine.
That noise.
Meanwhile,
That chicken's
back
having
on
a
the
bad
ranch,
time.
Let's take our new egg, slap it down, and now all
It's a
we
big
can
egg.
do is wait. And then once it's ready, let's just give it a
Beep,
little
beep.
pokey poke. Ah,
Aw.
crushed under its own shell. Oh no, there it is.
It's so
It's so delightfully derpy.
I love his little eyes. It's so cute and stupid.
Hey. You know, looking at the meters up above, I can't really remember what this crown meter was at before. Dino appeal. The higher this is, the better reviews you have, the more people will come to your park.
Hey.
Well, if one dinosaur gets us to 408, then surely adding a couple more friends is even better, right?
Don't smush him.
Okay, much better. 90 beautiful
I can't wait to
eggs.
hear all
Just
the
give all these eggs a quick crack.
cracking
Come on
noise.
out, fellas. Oh, there they are. What the hell is going
They
on?
formed
Well, I gotta
gangs.
admit, this is not what I was picturing. I definitely
Is
wasn't
that poop?
expecting them to make like two groups with one confused outsider. And boy,
Aw.
you're all so much louder than the first one.
They all picked kickball teams, and he was the last one. And then they pooped everywhere.
Oh God, do you hear this? What is happening here? What are you doing? Oh God, this is
They waving at
insanity. What are you people doing?
They're waving
Gotta
really
say,
fast.
though, it certainly has helped our numbers, hasn't it? Now that we're
Ah.
at a glorious 37,128. Oh, I get it. Now you all want to get into the park. All the food options and campfires weren't enough for you? Seems to be helping, though. The parking lot's getting a little more robust. Our population's made it upwards of 80. And while I'm happy the lines are persisting all the way to closing time,
Ah.
just can't help but think that we can get more people in here. And I can't help but think that adding more is an even better idea.
How many
Don't worry,
little
guys,
dinosaurs?
I left you plenty
Oh,
of
no.
space. Oh, good lord, that's a lot of Z's.
They're sleeping.
And now back to heavily concussive screaming. Okay, go ahead and join your friends. Ta-da! 73,000
How many
plus
gangs
points.
will they
I like
form
how
this
technically
time?
There's like hundreds of dinosaurs in here, and yet somehow it still seems so contained. I mean, this guy's clearly having trouble containing his excitement. He's got to wave to every single one. Hello,
he must.
what have we here? Something seems different. This must be the first dinosaur rapidly growing up. Uh-oh, they woke up big and strong. Stop hitting the fence. Oh, shiver me timbers.
Here we go. It's time. Oh no.
These people not actually
just obliterated
scared.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Where we can roleplay like it's Jurassic Park. Oh my
They're
god,
rolling
I'm
around.
so scared. The dinosaurs. Everything is just so scary. Quickly, the only way to fight them off is with some of this funnel cake and this dinosaur picture that's gonna last a lifetime. And run.
A short lifetime if those dinos get ya.
We can just patch up this fence and it's gonna solve all
I
our
love that when they
problems
roll.
where everybody inexplicably thinks that the dinosaurs are loose. But instead of patching that fence, can I just cover this whole area in one big fence and make this all like one big exhibit?
He's going to my school of dinosaur sim games.
Running it over the desert.
I love that.
Okay. And one final wall to connect the whole thing across.
The whole
well,
park
looks like
is
it
the
did
exhibit.
And now we just need to make sure people can get into the exhibit, which sounds like a job for stairs. Oh, please God, let this work. Come on.
Awful.
Come on. Go in. Go in. Yes. Walk. Keep walking. Now's your
Keep
chance.
going.
Yes. Yes, you're in the exhibit. Oh,
We're
I
in.
love it. Now they're not scared at all. So for some reason, now that the whole park is one giant exhibit that you're walking around in, technically the fence is closed in because there's a bigger fence around this fence. So now nobody cares. Okay, so here's the other thing. Normally,
That
you're
is
only
not
supposed
what
to be able
happened
to
in
put
Zoo
eggs
Tycoon.
an
They
exhibit.
definitely
so if we
cared.
go outside our new boundaries, can't place an egg there. But since this whole thing is one giant
Put
exhibit
every
now,
dinosaur
we can
in
put
there.
eggs anywhere we want. And nobody seems remotely concerned by this. So it looks like it's back to the egg place. And let's buy us, I don't know, a little bit of everything. Sorry, chicken, you've got your work cut out for you today.
The chicken's
Got a bunch of
stressed,
eggs
but it's for a
now.
good
Time to
cause.
start putting a lovely assortment of random dinosaurs down. What egg is what? Who cares? Okay,
So many
I filled
baby
the boundaries
dinosaurs.
with
Ooh,
eggs.
ooh,
So many
ooh, ooh.
eggs. If there was a spot to put one, then I put one. The frame rate is already suffering, by the way, from just the presence of the eggs. So I can't wait to see what happens when it's time for these all to hatch. Oh god,
They're all
it's
hungry.
time. Brace
Oh,
yourself,
gotta
everybody,
click
while I
all of
spend the
those.
next
That
10,000
sucks.
years
Yeah.
cracking open each and every one of these eggs. Good god, half hour later I finally cracked open all the eggs. Welcome to
And
your
for
new
what?
world of 5 frames per second. Okay, for real though. Baby T-Rex,
Oh.
despite being on fire, super adorable.
It is very
Derpy and
cute.
adorable.
Yeah.
What the hell are these dinosaurs doing? Are you
They
guys
want
ordering
food. Yeah.
Do you work here now?
You
Is
said
this
they
how
were
far
hungry
we've come?
on the
I
notice
have
board.
no idea what's happening. You know what I can tell you though? This little number up here is a little bit larger at over 500,000. And surely people are interested in this, right? Oh yeah, they want to see this, all right.
Yeah,
Look at
I
this
would.
beautiful, somewhat
I'd go there.
creepy marching line. You know, I kind of forgot what we were doing. I know we were
Synchronized.
trying to fill this parking lot full of cars, but it seems so useless now that the frame rate's so bad. You know what I find kind of interesting? No matter what kind of dinosaur it is, everybody is so docile. I guess they've learned to live among the humans
I
now.
guess.
I guess
Oh,
I'm mostly curious if
they're
the
so
dinosaurs
cute,
are going to be
actually.
less forgiving if one
The one
of
with the
barriers
red on
is
his head.
broken. So let's go ahead and breach one tiny hole in the fence here. Here goes nothing.
Now everyone's gonna freak out. What?
No! Yep. I think they might be rebelling now, as I see carts flying around at 1 frame per second. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy down there. Oh, good God, I can't
He's
see a
loving
thing.
it.
No more frame rate, only listening. Well, I'm sure it's
One section of fence removed, and the dinosaurs are like, "Let's go, boys."
gonna be fine as long as they don't attack those French fry stands. Well, I guess I'm not all that surprised that this is what happened the moment we opened up one tiny breach in the
eyes are so
fence. And I
silly.
know I wanted to fill the parking lot, but I don't think that's gonna be happening now. Goodbye, orange juice stand. I hope you had fun.
Yeah.
I know I did. I want to thank Genshin Impact again for sponsoring. Check out the linky in the description to try the game for yourself, and I'll see you next time.
Oh my gosh. I want to play this game. I do say that frequently, but I want to play this game. Mostly because I can't find a way to emulate or legally play Zoo Tycoon, the like dinosaur version on iMac. I don't know how to do that, but I want some of that sweet chaos again. And those dinosaurs are so cute. They're really adorable. I love them, and they're so weirdly working. Well, thank you for joining me in watching this dinosaur chaos. If you liked this video, you can like it, and maybe even subscribe to our channel for more content. But see you next time.